Hello there and welcome. So in this video we're just looking at a training session I ran recently just to help build confidence for some riders. Now on this course we've got a mixture of abilities. You're going to see someone who hasn't ridden for 43 years, someone that's recently completed some training on the 125 but is not an experienced rider. You're going to see someone who hasn't ridden a motorcycle for 10 years, and also the student on the black 125 has never ridden a motorcycle before in his life. In fact, he's never sat on a motorcycle that's even running. In this video there's extracts of the training that took place, and it's just to give an example of what's going on and what you can achieve in a very, very short space of time. Of course this video is edited, so some of the training may not give the full perspective of exactly what's going on, but it's just there for a little bit of entertainment really. So we've got a 2-hour training session, we've got students of varying abilities. Let's see what we can achieve.
So the next exercise we're going to do, as I demonstrated earlier, is just delivering a bit more power. So the motorcycle will come forward in a straight line approximately 2 to 3 meters. The bike can only travel as fast as you can physically place your feet. So I don't want any hovering feet. It's a very, very slow maneuver, okay? That gives you the opportunity to feel how that power starts getting sent to the back wheel via your knuckles, via the clutch. When you need to stop, all I want you to do is to pull the clutch in and do not touch the brakes at all. Let the motorcycle run out of energy naturally. Happy? Away you go, please. Looking well ahead. Eyes up, Jen. Eyes up. That's it. Nice and slow. Clutch in, clutch in. Gently, gently. That's it. And stop gently, Steve. Stop gently. Happy with that? Okay, so the next exercise will be exactly the same, with one difference. This time, as you pull the clutch in, we're going to stop the bike with the assistance of the front brake. CBT and ex-riders know that the front brake is the most powerful brake. It's your main stopper. And at very low speeds, we generally do not use it because it can be quite strong. So we would normally only use the rear brake exclusively for a slow speed stop. However, you may lose your balance some days, and sometimes the road camber might be such that you don't want to put your gear foot down. You might want to put your brake foot down, and that means you lose your rear brake. So the smooth, gentle use of the front brake is essential. So that's what we're going to practice. When you brake, the weight of you and the motorcycle goes to the front, and that's what the bike does. So when you use that front brake, you're going to literally caress it. You're not going to use it, because what's going to happen is the bike will go like that. That's a very quick way of losing control, especially when you have extra weight on a motorcycle, a larger motorcycle. So when you're ready, eyes to the end of the training area, please. Bring it forward to about here and gently bring the bike to a stop with the assistance of the front brake. Beautifully done. Nice. No horrible dips. We like that. Good. What we're going to do now, we're going to go for a walk. We're going to do an entire walk of the perimeter of the training area, feet down, purely on the clutch. 2 reasons. We're going to start learning a bit more on the clutch. I know you've ridden, okay. I need to stop saying that, don't I? Okay. Okay. You've got extra weight. That's the thing. You've got extra weight. I know you've ridden bigger bikes many years ago, so it's a bit of a refresh for you. So with the extra weight, the purpose of this exercise is it helps you keep your head and eyes up and look into bends earlier, because the bike's not fast. It enables you to deliver the power to the back wheel as you go around corners, and it also gives you a sensation of the weight as you start to go into corners. So it's just a little bit of an intro to it, if you like. It's important that we lead the motorcycle through the turn with our head and eyes. What we do not do is the head and eyes do not go with the bike. They always go in advance and the bike follows through your field of vision. Does that make sense? This exercise will help us with that. So when you're ready, we're just going to go as fast as you can walk. What I don't want to see, please, is feet dragging or hovering. The bike should never go that fast. All right, let's go. Lift your eyes. That's it. No, it's fine. It's fine. And just drop in at a safe distance, guys, please. All right? That's perfect. As long as I can walk next to you, that's where your control is. So we're going to go left. So you're going to look all the way across. See that red door? Turn the bars. That's it. Turn the bars. Turn the bars. Brilliant. Okay. There's a little cone here. When we're roughly level with it, we're going to do a U-turn. So you should see that grey door. That's where you should be looking now. Now, at the point you want to turn, you're going to look over your right shoulder and you'll see a black cross. Now, turn the bars in. Black cross on the end of the container. Now, a bit more clutch to push the bike out the bend. Keep looking right up towards that cross. That's it.
Oh, sorry, I see.
No, you're fine. There we go. Good, that's fine. If it starts going too quick, you just use a millimetre less clutch. All right, looking all the way ahead, right down the end of the road there, and then go down between this corridor. Yep, down the corridor. I'm going to move this one a little bit for you. And there you go. All the way to the end, and then around the roundabout and back up again. All control it on the clutch.
Welcome, I'm doing another lap.
Another lap, yeah.
Right,
all right.
Yeah, thank you.
No, you're welcome. Where should you be looking, Jen? That's it. See that black cross? Now the act of cornering slows the motorcycle, so you may need a smidge more clutch to bring it out the bend. Don't pull it in, because then the weight wants to tip. So you want a little bit more to drive it out the bend. Can you feel that? There we go. So when you ride the bike later, that's what you're aiming to do. Just enough clutch so the bike leaves the bend. How are you finding it?
Yeah, it feels good.
Good.
But it's like, I want to get used to it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's been a while, hasn't it? But great. No, we'll get you where you need to be.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Turn your head, please, Jen. Looking up. That's it. Now drop your shoulder a little bit and let your elbow relax. That's it. See that tension you've got in your body? That makes riding very difficult. Look up, not at the floor. Do you know the floor's safe? So you can look up. If your eyes are up, you've got much better vision. How's it going, Sam? All right? I know it's very basic, but you're just getting that control.
No, it's good. This is basics exactly what I need.
Good, good.
Basics exactly what I need.
Lovely, good. Well, you've got that control. So try and make sure your shoulders, your elbows are all relaxed. Any tension in the upper body tends to be very unhelpful for riding a motorcycle because it prevents you from steering and controlling the bike. It's a very dynamic thing, riding a bike, and it's quite involving. It's not like a car where you sit in a chair.
No, you're really part of it. Aren't you?
You really are, yeah. I remember when I first started out and I was about 16, 17, I actually felt I was at one with my bike.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit alternative, but I did. Then I got in a car and it was awful. And it took time for that to build again, you know?
Yeah.
Don't rush it, don't rush anything. Into neutral and then switch off. And then what we're going to do once we've stopped, select neutral, please. Happy to do that? Now, half a shift up. That's great. And then once you've got a green light for sure, gently relax your clutch. Okay, so if it went click upwards, you've got to come downwards again, but gently.
Yeah, that's it.
Got it?
Right, okay,
Gently relax the clutch to confirm there is no gear, and then switch off with the key. Fabulous. And switch off with a key, please, Steve. So that's how we start off with new bikes, or new riders, if you like, when we're transitioning over. How has that been?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
You happy?
Yeah.
You feel you've got a bit of relationship with the bike now?
I feel the instruction was brilliant, don't you?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you. I'll pay you later. I like customers like you. They're fabulous.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
Very easy.
Is it easy?
Yeah.
Good, good.
I hope.
Well, at the end of the day, we don't want to be throwing you into something. It's like, I'd rather start you like this and build you up.
Absolutely.
I can't guarantee that your learning will be linear, but at least we're starting from a point where you feel that you've got a relationship and you've got the control on that bike. And that's the essential bit, because whenever I've seen things happen in the past, the student has no control, and you can see that the brain's just gone to scramble, and it's just like there's no coordination. This, as you can see, allows that coordination to start taking place. So we're going to move on to the next stage now, if you feel ready for it. We're going to do exactly what you've just been doing, but at a point of your choosing, preferably when you have a long straight ahead of you and not as you're going into a bend, I'd like you to start letting the clutch go out more. And on the big bikes, you're going to find that speed picks up quite quickly. You're not going to find quite so much of a rapid speed, okay? At the point that your feet can't walk, just put them on the foot pegs. So at any point, put your feet up. If there's nothing that you like or you feel unstable, you can slow the machine down and put your feet back down and walk again. You can do what you like, really, as long as it's safe. We're all about just building your confidence with the bigger machine. So if you're good on the straight and then you think, oh, I don't like that corner, slow it down on the approach, walk it round the corner, and then bring your feet up again as soon as you can. Then maybe next time you'll feel confident enough to put your feet up. If I see there's an issue, I'll intervene and I'll come and help you out with it. But let's see what you can put together at this point. What's going to happen is this bike's going to go pretty slow and you're going to find it extremely wobbly. Okay? This is where we're going to start building in your natural balance. This is the challenge for new riders that I always set, but it works dividends. So expect to start with to be a bit like this, all right? It's going to be a bit unsteady. And that normally happens if you start looking down or you tense your muscles. What you've got to work towards is trusting the bike and making little inputs so that eventually you start to learn and feel the bike. So even if the bike is ridiculously slow without any drive at that back wheel that's significant to keep the thing upright, you're going to be in control of it. So everyone know what they're doing. Give each other plenty of room. We will have a potential difference in speed, so we need to be a little bit considerate. Go and have some fun. I'll just watch to start with, and if I need to help anyone, I will. Lovely. Jen, when you're ready. Oh well, at least you realised. I watched a great video the other day of a girl in a car test. She hadn't even started the engine. Wonder why it wouldn't move away. In your own time, Sam, off you go. Try not to touch the front brake, Jen. It's a safety thing. Don't touch your front brake. That's it. Use your rear brake if you want to slow it. Turn your head. Turn your head. Now gently introduce a bit more clutch. Look up, look up. Bit more clutch, fraction clutch. Bit more clutch, bit more clutch, bit more clutch. That's it. Just needs to be a bit more gentle. And it'll smoothly take you through the bend. Good, well done. Relax your shoulders. Look at you, first time on a bike. Wow, look at that. Be careful about bringing the throttle on, although in all fairness, you will find it stabilises it. But I think that's all right, don't you? There you go, look at that. Brilliant. Now just relax your shoulders a little. That's great, yeah, that's it, you're there now. Nice and relaxed, that's beautiful. Good job. Good job. All good, Steve? Fabulous, good. That's it, try not to jolt the clutch. If you're a little bit smoother, you feel a bit more comfortable. I'm impressed with that. Good, good. Oh, you're right.
Sorry.
That's all right. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
But your lovely bike.
Oh, it's all right. I'll pick it up. Don't pick it up like that because you'll hurt your back.
Okay.
Right, the way we're going to pick a bike up generally, you can help me if you want, but we get in like this, okay? Now get the bike up, then we use our legs and we push the bike up.
Okay.
And if you've got the side stand down, it'll drop gently onto the
Thank
side.
you.
Now
I'm sorry.
don't worry, get on.
Yeah.
No injuries?
No,
Good. Do you know why I went on the floor?
because I didn't have enough clutch. And
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so you didn't have enough clutch. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's in gear. We'll just turn the ignition off because sometimes it will cut it out because of the electronics. So we're still in gear, yes. Clutch in, hit the start button. Carry on, well done. Good. That's it, now just introduce a bit more clutch. That's great, well done. Good. Carry on, guys, thank you. Now turn your head and let the bike move. Go on, let that clutch come out gently, let it out, let it out, let it out, let it out. Go on, go on, go on. There you go, spot on, all right? You'll start to experience that feeling and then you'll get the trust. All right? Lovely. Finding it a little bit daunting?
No, it's okay.
It's okay, is it?
Yeah.
Good.
It hurts about the something.
Who hasn't been off a bike? Do you know what I mean? And it really is. And that was a classic example of the weight in the bend and how you feel that weight when you disengage the drive at those speeds. And then, of course, you know, if you then grab the brake, the bike stops dead, it's a dead weight and it's going to drop. Right, what we're going to do now, I know you've just started experimenting, which is spot on. We're going to just introduce the throttle now, okay? So you can start experimenting with the throttle so you get used to the bike. Remember, on the larger bike at low speeds, it might be a good idea to consider a bit of clutch slip to be blended with bringing the power on. Smooth, gentle use of throttles, okay? Same with yourself. Try and see how smoothly you can use that throttle with the clutch fully engaged. There's a possibility you might get a little bit of jolt. So then you just sort of go into that friction zone, bring the power on, and then gently reintroduce that clutch. Try and cover the clutch when you're in low speed, then you've got that control if you need it. It's not necessary at high speeds, but at low speeds it's beneficial. We're going to do a slalom, a slow speed control. Did Stu do this with you on the CBT? He did. All right. So we're not worried about it being perfect today. We're just looking at what we can achieve. All right. So slalom, slow speed control maneuver. You're controlling the bikes nicely. Consider clutch slip. Consider power for stability. Rear brake if necessary to control your speed. Enter from this side of the slalom. The only reason being it makes your exit nicer if you do the slalom properly when you get to the far end. Just gently weave your way through the cones. The key to this is keeping your head and eyes well up. Do not look at the cone, all right? Keep your eyes in the far distance and just use your peripheral vision to help you through. Steer, hip work, just bring that bike through. Do not fear knocking the cones over. Do not let that bother you today. If you hit a cone, it doesn't matter, I will pick it up. If it gets stuck under the bike, stop very, very gently without panicking and I'll remove it. Very unlikely, but it can happen. Worst case scenario. If you feel that you cannot make the next gap, please go to the next one. Don't do something that you're absolutely not comfortable with at the moment, all right? If you think, oh, I can't do it, just take a smooth line somewhere that's safe, come back round, we'll try again next time. It's no big deal. Only one bike in the cones at any one time, please. That's just for safety while I see what goes on and how comfortable you are with the manoeuvre. So carry on. Done a really good job first time. Well done. You're doing a really good job. Keep your eyes up, trust. That's it, fabulous. Turn your head, let's get through the turn. Look up, gentle power, beautiful. Top job, can't fault it. Lovely. Good. When you're stopping, Steve, try and keep that foot up so you're using that rear brake to bring you to a stop. They're going to look on your CBT and direct access, that is your safety position. So that's going to be your main stopping starting position. All right. Because you've got that lovely soft brake, you see. And then when you move away at a junction, for example, you've got that control if you need it coming through the turn. Try and stop using your rear brake this time. Keep your eyes up, don't look down. Gently, gently, gently. Good, into neutral, switch off, please. So today, I'm not interested in how tight you can turn the bike. It's a confidence building assessment for going on to direct access, so you can use as much of the available areas you want. I just want you to be confident. You choose your own speed, at a speed that's comfortable for you. The key to the figure of 8 is your head and eyes. The bike's constantly turning, isn't it? So should your head and eyes be. And remember, your head and eyes are always ahead of the bike. Keep your head and eyes parallel to the ground and have the long view. It's as simple as that, he says. But it's all in the head and eyes. Because if the head and eyes are good, you'll maintain power and momentum on the machine and that'll get you through. Because the active coiling slows a bike, you're going to feel it a little bit probably on a figure of 8. If you start pulling the clutch in, we all know what happens if you pull the clutch in on a tight turn.
Yes.
Down we go.
I was
Yeah.
I was just showing you.
It was a demonstration. It was all
was a
pre-arranged. Exactly. No pressure.
No pressure.
And you see what I like about that, it's very calm, it's very precise, and the head and eyes are good. And as you come around that corner there, that's where you might need to consider just a fraction more clutch, and literally, fraction, because it just pushes the bike through the turn. Are we happy with that? When you're ready, Steve, we're done. Entirely up to you. Thank you. All right. How many years since you rode last?
43.
43. Cracking.
Was that okay?
Absolutely lovely.
Thanks, Phil.
You're welcome. See the front brake get hit there? That's very destabilising. And that's the problem, and of course you've lost your balance and your feet have come down. She didn't have any choice because of what was going on there. And that's where that discipline of not hitting the front brake comes in. Appreciate if you want to brake, you've got to use the front brake, haven't you?
Yeah.
But it must not be harsh or sudden. Yeah, it's going to happen, isn't it?
It will.
And it's just that moment. But it's okay. It's all developmental, isn't it?
That's confidence.
Yeah, exactly. What's going on?
I'm not using enough throttle. I'm not turning enough, am I?
No. It looks to me like you're fighting it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you're doing is you're keeping the bike very much upright,
Yeah.
but you're sort of leaning into the turn.
Right.
Now, leaning into the turn at low speeds is not going to help you very much.
No.
Because you're going to feel that weight come all to the inside. To help the bike turn, you actually need to lean the bike in a little bit. Okay, so you need to use your hips and let the bike lean in. Yeah? So if you go a little bit wider to start with, because you look quite rigid, you don't look like you're relaxed. You're not, are you? No. It's fine. You know, we'll get there. Don't beat yourself up over it. But that's where, from my perspective, I'm looking. It's like you're trying to fight through it, and I can see the tension. It's not going to corner if you're tense. So we'll do a couple more to see if you can relax a little bit and try and get used to just letting that bike move gently through the turn. So as you come in, let the bike lean in fractionally, just let it move a fraction more. If you're very slow, you're not going to lean the bike very much because you'll feel the weight, but you do need to drive it through the bend. So it's good to have a little bit of gas and just gently smidge that clutch into it. Look to me, that's it, your head and eyes are vital. Come wide, don't touch your front brake though. That's it, now come wide. Now let the bike move and let it keep moving. Look for me, keep that bike moving. Look for me, let it come, ride at me, ride at me. Okay, so when you turn your head, you see the fence, then you hit the brake. Okay, let's try it again. I want you to look for me, all right? Just ride at me, I'll move, don't you worry. Right, now look across there, now start bringing the bike into the turn. Let the bike move, look for me, look for me, look for me. Now ride at me, let the clutch out gently and come towards me. Keep coming, keep coming. Right, go to there and go into your turn. Start looking for me, look for me, don't look anywhere else. Clutch, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Look across. You've done it, all right? Start looking for me again, look for me, keep it coming, ride at me, look at me, nowhere else. Look over my shoulder, go back into your turn. Look for me, bend your elbow, look at me, that's it, keep it coming, look over my shoulder, that's it. Now try and do that on your own this time. It's all in the head and eyes. That's it. When you sort of take your eye off the ball and you look in the wrong place and you see something happening, what happens is you sort of start to going into a little reaction mode rather than response mode. And reaction tends to be built into us. I've got to stop.
Yeah.
Because your feet are down, the only brake you've got is that one.
Yeah.
And when you hit that hard, especially at low speeds, it doesn't even have to be that hard, that's when that weight suddenly, because you felt it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Dunk, dunk,
Yeah.
you know, that's what puts it on the floor.
Yeah.
So we've got to try and really build into those fingers that even though I'm going to go for that front brake, I will not grab it.
Yeah.
You never, don't like the words never and always on a motorcycle, but generally speaking, you just don't grab front brakes because it never produces anything good. That initial application of that front brake lever should always be smooth enough that the bike can settle itself to receive more braking. You cannot just go for it because it upsets the bike straight away. Right, are we all warmed up again?
Yeah.
From a few minutes ago and from 10 years ago. Right, a guy before you hadn't ridden for 40 years. So it's a small gap by comparison. So what we're going to work on now is a little bit of slow speed work. And the reason this is important, as we said earlier on, when you come to doing junctions and things like that, the slow speed control technique is vital, all right? It's your most important technique after learning to start and stop, basically. Remember, it consists of power for stability, so something above tick over, although generally we're not trying to scream the engine to pieces. We're always going to get the clutch living in the friction zone, so introducing as not much power as we need to the back wheel. And any excess speed that we don't want is controlled by dragging using the rear brake. So it's 3 controls to be used simultaneously, maybe 2. This time your challenge is to ride as slowly as you absolutely can. If the bike feels a little bit unstable, rather than putting your foot down or panicking, just introduce a little bit more power to the back wheel. How you do that is up to you. It might be you just bring the throttle up a fraction. It might be you ease the clutch out a fraction. It might be you ease the rear brake off a fraction. If it feels like it wants to fall over, it needs a bit of a push. And you've got to allow that back wheel just to turn a little bit quicker to stabilise the machine. Into neutral, switch off, please.
He's doing brilliantly, isn't
He really is. He really is. Yeah, when you think never been on a motorbike
Yeah,
before,
exactly.
11 o'clock today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
He really is. He's got some real nice control going on there. Now, if you want to, Sam, try and go a little bit faster. You may need to lean the bike a little bit more if you go faster. Just go with what you're confident with. No, I don't mind that. I want you to just get used to it. Yeah, so go a little bit quicker. Get used to the speed picking up a fraction. Only what you're comfortable with. Okay, don't forget you've got access to your rear brake if you need it for these manoeuvres. Not saying you do need it, but you may. Try a fraction more gas, see how it stabilises. So that's where a little bit of clutch slip can help you and takes that jolt away. So a bit of clutch slip, then put the gas on. Good, into neutral, switch off. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, fantastic.
Good.
Really enjoying it.
Good, good.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
considering you've never ridden before.
No, not literally at all.
Wow.
So there you go. I hope you'll agree, a good standard of riding all round, especially considering the background of the riders involved. It's always nice when someone hasn't ridden for a very, very long time or has never ridden a motorcycle before and you see them put together such a lovely tidy ride. Well done to the students, and many thanks to them for allowing me to film the session today. Hope it's been useful to them as well. So until next time, ride safe and take care.